What's going on, everybody? I am CaptainRoBear, and this is Saved by the Spell, Tormund's Quest. Welcome to the
episode number 2
live interactive improv D&D on the internet.
Everyone's favorite coming-of-age Dragonborn is back.
They just don't know it yet, but they will soon. Damn it, they will.
We're worse
soon.
things to do on a Thursday night.
I mean, let's be honest. I have all season to do my Hush quest, and I did half of it today. So.
Oh, shit. Yeah, you know what? You're welcome for all the work we put into getting you your wish ender.
Hey, that's all it takes, man. That's all it takes, a little wish ender in you.
Let me tell you, that makes that game fun again. It's like, so it's the transition between having a really broke, what's the gun you just got? The SMG Recluse?
Mm-hmm.
So now having a really broke bow, which is awesome. I hope they never patch it.
At the end of the day, it's a broke bow. It's what you need.
Yeah. Well, I mean, to make bows relevant in Destiny, you need to make it broke.
One headshot through shields. Yes, please.
5 times the damage. Yes, let's go. Let's go.
Just a gambit full of bows.
Dude, everything is full of bows. Before we did this tonight, I was warming up with some Nightfalls.
Mm-hmm.
It was 3 guys with wish enders, and I was one of them.
That's beautiful. This is beautiful. It'll be a fun little season.
Yeah, the season of the wish ender is what this one's going to be known as. Oh, man, does it feel good to be in 2020 or what?
It does. Feels real good.
With 2020, we got D&D 3 nights a week. Oh, my God. A little Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Love it.
Maximum D&D for you. First time you've done back-to-back 2 times a week, man.
I'm into it, dude.
Man.
Come on. I'm literally in 2 different headspaces on these 2 games. It's amazing. And I can't wait till we get a pickup after our 2-week break, or at least my 2-week break for Friday nights, because I know when I was gone, you guys did a pickup game and I didn't get to check that out.
Yeah, it was real dumb and we had fun.
Were there dick jokes?
That's the Pope Catholic, you know? Of course there were.
Oh, there you go.
Actually, the Mud played some sort of Grinch-like creepy character, and it was classic Mud. It was weird Mud. Definitely.
Wow, Mud playing the Grinch. I mean,
yeah,
that's like slotting Jim Carrey into that character right there and just letting him run with it.
Yeah, it was good. He made a really creepy tiefling. Really creepy.
He's always wanted to play a tiefling. How many times has he morphed into a tiefling as Emery?
Yeah,
More times than I can count.
Not in the recent campaign, but yeah, they're in not in the most recent episodes, but yeah, they're in the original. Tiefling. I was like, should have just been a tiefling. Should have just been a tiefling. But he's always looking to his friends up in the stars that aren't really his friends. Beautiful. Radio, you got any announcements for the upcoming week?
Oh, let's see. Looking forward to some D&D tomorrow night, and then it's just a lot of what we do on the channel as far as Destiny grinding. Just kind of getting through this season and just having a blast. I mean, I don't really have any big announcements other than thank you for all your support over the last year. I celebrated my 1-year partner anniversary in the last week, so thank you guys so much for always being there, your support, and letting me do this as much as I possibly can.
Well said, my dude. Announcements over here. We will be back to normally scheduled Game of Saving Throws tomorrow, 10:30 p.m. CST. We've been gone for 2 weeks, so I'm ready to rock and roll. Get to pick up the story where those guys left off and dealing with the Cloud Giant. Ooh, fun side note, Chikios came in the game last night.
What?
Yep.
Wait, Chikios actually made his way to Shadow Walkers?
He was in Shadow Walkers for the 2nd time. Yep.
I was going to say that's time number 2. How did this happen?
It is a 1% chance that it can happen. and it's
Well,
it is a number on the table, and it opens a portal to the Feywild, and a unicorn comes out. And the last time I had it was Chikios was on the unicorn, and this time I had Chikios, the unicorn, and the Cloud Giant's daughter. Because that's where we were.
No, you're talking about really the Cloud Giant that we just. Oh
Yep.
No.
She was on the back of the unicorn.
Oh my God, I totally need to watch the episode now. Is it up on YouTube yet?
It's not on. It's on private. You can go and you can get that access inside the Discord if you're a subscriber or a patron on Patreon. You can get that right now. Look at this
Winning,
beautiful
and then
segues.
when will it be made public for those of us who aren't subscribers?
It'll be made public on Tuesday at 8 a.m. next week.
I don't want to wait that long. Luckily, I'm a subscriber, and you can subscribe too. Click the button down below. Sorry, the radio enemy came out. I literally spent my day today at the giant used car tent sale that is the San Diego Auto Show, and
Amazing.
yeah, it was a good time. It was a good time seeing all the cars and all the people who have come out to say hello to us. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'll just stop there.
So other than that, this week you'll see more Destiny from us. I'm assuming we will be also playing Destiny on Tuesdays. That's kind of evergreen for us. We're always going to be playing on reset day. So
Tuesday.
expect that. If you're a member of the Patreon, you'll be getting some news soon about the next show that's going to be in development. So that's going to be exciting. Stay tuned for that.
Hark, do I hear another show coming to Captain
Another
RoBear's channel?
show 4 times a week? How can you do this? It's madness. Truth. I can't wait. But those details will be shared soon enough. We need to get back into Tormund's quest. This boy needs to get some experience.
Captain, tell us, where did we leave off last week?
Just in case there may be something running in the background of your computer, you were starting to get a little choppy, radio.
Good to know. I'll check it out.
So we'll pick up where we left off last week in Tormund's quest. Dirakt, the uncle of Tormund, the son of Hister, the chosen barbarian golden dragonborn, finally set to go out and be an adventurer himself, led in tow by his uncle, went through the plane shift and left the comforts of Glancaster, their dragonborn castle in a faraway realm, to start adventuring in the Forgotten Realms, landing in the town of Phandalin, where one Tormund learned the hard way about plane shifting the first time. You gotta kind of gotta tuck and clinch. You'll never forget that.
Nope, not after that shift.
You'll never forget that. After using some winter wheat as an effective brush, they made their way into town, grabbed some ales, posted up, checked the job board, and went on their first quest to Nomengard, where they met some interesting fellows in the side of that mountain. Would eventually led on a quest for both food and the vanquishing of a gnome-eating mimic. Tormund slayed his first beast with the help of Dirakt. Hopefully, well on their way back into town to collect his first reward. And we're going to pick up with the party. I would say, let's pick up on the road back, shall we?
Perfect.
Let's have a little travel talk here on the on the way out. I think that's a good place to start.
I mean, Dirakt, did you see that? I was like, ah! And he was like, ah! and then I'm like, oh, and then it was done, just like that. I mean, that's how it was when you and Dad were always going adventuring, right? I mean, you, Dad, and Grandpa used to do this shit all the time.
We're lucky there wasn't another mimic hiding in one of the barrels, Tormund. We didn't even check the other barrels.
They said one mimic, so there's one mimic. I mean, do we really need to go looking for more? I mean, we got them all. We killed them.
They could barely run their own estate, Tormund, let alone account for how many mimics could have been running around in Nomengard.
Hey, if there's one thing I know from seeing Dad do all this shit, is that you get paid to do what they ask you to do, and then you leave. And you don't worry about what more mimics there might be.
Well, it is certainly a mercenary's code. You have memorized it well. But what separates the good ones from the bad ones are the ones that do a thorough job, boy. And if you want to post your name all over this town, that's the only thing you should be worried about.
All right, so next time we'll look for more. I promise. But I mean, come on, we killed it. Let's go. We gotta claim our reward. We get money. This is the coolest thing ever.
That we do, Tormund. That we do. Now, the most important part of questing. Do you remember who's supposed to pay you?
Yeah, we take it to the guy in the center of town, the clerk.
You are truly learning the most important parts of adventuring, Tormund. I am impressed. Now, can you tell me his name?
Harbin Wester. Of course I know his name.
That's good, because I forgot.
Getting old. My mind is sharp. It's fresh, like a steel trap. Just claps.
I have met more clerks and townsmen and mayors than I ever care wish to share, Tormund.
Go ahead, ask me something else. Ask me the name of the innkeeper. Come on.
What is the name of the innkeeper?
Tormund! I told you. These things I remember. You told me pay attention, write it down. I'm not really writing it down, but, I'm paying attention.
I am impressed, Tormund. I will not lie. You never struck me as one well-versed in memorization.
I don't know if I should take that as an insult or not, but you know what? You're buying the ales first round then.
Tormund, I've been buying the ales your entire life. Maybe you can buy me an ale after you get paid.
Deal. And then, eventually, we make enough money, we go back, and Dad buys the bacon.
We do need more bacon. We need some bacon for the road, too. We will get to budgeting once we get paid a couple of times and start to show you how to live responsibly as an adventurer. Don't spend all of your money in those houses on the Red District sides like I did.
Is that why Dad always laughs at where you live and we live in this little fucking shoebox? I mean, sorry. I mean, this small shoebox with all four of us.
The cities do have their amenities, Tormund. You will find out soon enough.
Well, this amenity is getting paid for this equipment here. This hat of wizardry and this wand of pyrotechnics. I mean, this is nothing we need, right? We just give this to Harbin. He gives us our money, and we go on and find another job, right?
That is what the board said. Pull that piece of paper out here. Nomengard, where is it? Keep my spectacles out here. It says, get whatever you can from them in payment, ... Whatever you want to keep for yourselves, don't want to keep for yourselves, Harbin Wester will pay you 50 gold pieces for it. Sounds simple enough. Let me see that wand, boy.
Tormund's gonna beat around his front sack and try and get around the fat folds to where he put that thing. Finally produce it and hand it over to Dirakt.
Yes, I don't think this will suit your needs and certainly not mine. It appears to be pretty simple, and I'm not wearing that silly hat. No self-respecting dragonborn would wear that hat anywhere except to a costume party.
Tormund, just as a joke, pops the hat onto his head and starts. I'm an important wizard. I'm an important wizard.
Before you know it, you'll be telling me that you want to be a bard.
No, thanks.
Good to see Tormund still smash.
Hey, it feels good to smash. Let that rage out. He tenses up just a little bit. You can start to see the fat just stuck in again, and then as he releases, it just lets go.
As you tense up again, I make sure to unstrap my pack again. I almost forgot. Take these. He throws them to you again. Rage boy.
Fine, Uncle Dirakt, I'll carry your crap.
It's like having an extra set of hands on your lower back. Yeah. Kind of stretches out as he takes the lead. As we stride our happy asses back into town. I will say that we've made camp on the road once. We're gonna be back in town fresh in the morning again. Now, Tormund, we want to get the bacon. Do you remember where Harbin's house is?
Yeah. It's, he's looking for the bar in reference to where he needs to go because he only knows two places in town, Harbin's house and the bar.
It's okay. I don't know if I told you where he lived or not. He is east of the town's hall. We need to go knock on his door now. Tormund, I will preface you, these keepers of coin type don't like to relinquish all that they've promised sometimes. I don't want you to get caught up in your own words. Don't let Harbin bully you out of the coin that you earned. Says if you deliver him items, he's going to pay you 50 gold coins. Don't let him weasel you out of it. You worked hard for that. You endangered your life for that coin. Do not sell yourself short. Especially not to some weaselly little banker that can't vanquish the problems himself. You have a worth. Remember that.
Right. Okay. Get paid what I'm worth. Get paid what I'm worth. Got it.
And when I give you that speech, I cast guidance on you. You have a D4 that you can use to roll on ability checks.
Ooh, okay. D4 guidance ability checks.
Yeah.
Which includes persuasion?
Mm-hmm. It's for like the next 10 minutes, I believe.
Perfect. I need that.
Well, it looks like nothing new's been posted on the board. We should go visit Harbin.
Let's go see what he's got to say about everything we've brought back to him and all our hard work.
Mm-hmm. Oh, my back feels so much lighter. Yeah, give me my pack. I think I've given it enough rest at this point.
Nah, I've got it. You just carry on.
Okay. As we begin to make our way east, you can see a small cottage built of pine logs. It's got out of the log houses that are in the area, it's definitely the most refined. You can smell roasted pork. It is strong of roasted pork.
That smells delicious. Although if he used a cherry wood, it might be a little better. Maybe cherry wood and oregano. No, not oregano. No, that's cilantro. Cherry wood and cilantro.
You have me convinced, Tormund, that maybe that your calling is best left inside the kitchen.
No. I'm gonna be adventurer, like you, Dad, and Grandpa. Just because I can cook, don't pigeonhole me into that shit. Hear me, Dirakt?
We shall see. Well, go on then. Go up there and knock on the man's door.
Tormund saunters up, 2 packs on his back, looking real confident.
I just realized this is scouting for food. I've been here. I've had. Go tie those bags on the doorknob. Oh, we got plenty of these to place. We're gonna have to pick up these canned goods next week. Mountain Hammer would appreciate the shit out of that.
Tormund goes up to the door and heavily knocks.
Who's there? Who's knocking on my door? If you're White Dragon, there's nothing to see here. There's certainly no food to be had. Be gone with you.
Not a white dragon, just a gold and black dragonborn who have gone, conquered, kicked ass, and has come back with shit that you want.
What does that mean? Have you taken something from the quest board?
Is Harbin? Harbin? It's Tormund Faust. We went to Nomengard. Remember we talked a couple of days ago.
I don't think you actually talked to Harbin.
Yeah, we did.
I don't think you talked to Harbin.
No. We talked to someone in town hall.
Did we talk to someone in town hall?
I swear to God, we talked to a clerk. I thought he was Harbin Wester because that was the name that I wrote down. He was in his chambers.
Yeah, and guess what? That shit got rewrote. That shit got rewrote. You didn't talk. You talked to Herb. You talked to Herb Esther. Herb Esther is just the county clerk. You know, Harbin was the man. Is the man in charge. In true D&D style.
Just walk that right back.
See, Harbin's the town master. You just talk to a little county clerk up there. Herb thinks he's in charge.
Fine. We spoke to Herb. We spoke to Herb Esther in town, and he told us to take this quest, and we've come back for our rewards.
All right, give me a second here. You can feel the weight of the front porch shake a little bit as the door slots open up at the very top. You can see some yellowish eyes stare through. Come in, Dragonborn, come in. Shuts the eye slot and the door creeps open. Before you see a very portly dressed man in lots of purples and golds. It's like as fancy pajamas could be. Large, fluffy, bard-like hat with plumage and a peacock feather to the side. Easy 450, 480 pounds. Very well fed. As you can see, Harbin waddling back behind his front desk inside the room, where there's just stacks of papers and stamps, and looks like he's doing shit for approval, but there's just a massive set of pork shanks on that plate in front of him, done in the traditional Southern Bavarian style, where it's crisscrossed at the top to create cracklings on the skin. Come in, get a seat, get a seat. So, go ahead.
I say, he's gonna look back at Dirakt and like, are we really gonna sit down and eat?
Do what the man says, Tormund. He's the keeper of coin. We can't leave without leaving an impression, at least.
Tormund's gonna go and sit his happy ass down right next to the seat at the head of the table.
Dirakt is just kind of hang back, kind of put his hand on the chair, and just kind of let you, it's like opening your first bank account.
Let's see what the boy does.
So, Tormund Faust of where are you from, Tormund Faust?
He's gonna try and play it hard at this point. Just kind of sit back and look at him. Gancaster Castle.
Tormund Faust of Gancaster. Well, just what have you retrieved from Nomengard?
This is gonna reach out, or not Hister, Jesus. Tormund's gonna reach out, grab a wine goblet sitting on the table, and well, after a long trip to Nomengard, helping out their two kings, I came back along with Dirakt, a hat of wizardry, and a wand of pyrotechnics.
You say a hat of wizardry?
Yeah.
Let me see this hat.
And I do believe the ad said that it would be 50 gold for every piece that I brought back that I didn't want. And since I have no use for the two of these, that would be 100 gold.
No. I clearly stated, as you can see, if you will look at the posting down below, that I will give you 50 gold pieces for anything you do not wish to keep. That is a total bill of sale.
Yeah, 50 for anything I don't wish to keep. I got two pieces here, and he's gonna kind of dangle the hat in front of him and wave the wand around with his other hand.
I did not clearly state that I would be paying 50 gold pieces per piece. It is clearly marked total down below.
let's just see. And he's going to hand the hat of wizardry over while he's still sitting there waving the wand with his left hand.
A hat of wizardry, huh? He kind of plays with it a little bit. It could use a little bit more pizzazz, and it is quite stovepipe-ish. He fastens it on the side of his head. I will give you 25 gold pieces for this hat.
How about 45, since it's, 50 for anything I don't want?
Well, can you tell me anything that this hat does that would make it worth more than 25 gold pieces than just a fashion statement?
It would make you look amazing to any of the fair sex.
Go ahead and roll a deception check.
That's a 16.
16. Oh, really? You think it really sets off this machismo, do you?
I think what it does is it frames your face really well, and it helps accentuate the curves of your body in a very masculine form.
You may be right. He sits there with the hat on. Alakazam! I have time to try with it later. Well, what does your wand do, and why would I be interested in it?
He's going to hold it up. He's going to switch it over to his right hand now. The Wand of Pyrotechnics makes cool shit happen.
It's pretty well straightforward. Hand that thing over here.
He'll do so. We'll hand it over.
Begin shaking it like I know what I'm doing. All it essentially does is spark up at the end like a cheap sparkler. Not bad. Good for party tricks.
I'm sure, my liege, with many and much practice, you can do fantastic things with that.
Yes. These gnomes are known for good work. I will give you 40 gold pieces for the lot.
He's gonna pause for a second. He's gonna look at him and go, I'll take 40. Since we have such a good relationship and you're gonna give me 45 for the hat, we'll do 40 for the wand as well.
Direkt's hand on your shoulder just clenches down. It's like fingernails on a chalkboard. That sounds like a marvelous deal. And he shakes your hand. Now. I need to make one thing certain. The next quest that you go on, you need to spread the word of the white dragon in the mountains. He's become quite the nuisance as of late. He's bad for business.
White dragon, you say?
Yes.
What is this white dragon doing?
He's running amok in the township, He's eating goats. He's destroying homes. No one is safe while that white dragon. That white dragon is on the loose. I can feel my blood pressure boiling thinking about him.
Tormund's gonna look over at Dirakt and just grin slyly after he felt that last squeeze and go, so what's it worth to you to rid you of this white dragon?
There will be a bounty placed when I have secured the funds. It will be no easy task. I'm currently politicking to raise the desired gold that would be needed to vanquish such a beast from the area. You will need to keep posted, young Tormund of Grandcaster.
All right.
But you need to warn everyone that the dragon is near. They need to keep their eyes peeled and report where it is at. We can't have it running amok and not knowing where it is.
That's good intel. I'll make sure and bring that back to you for a price.
Begone, Dragonborn! Spread the word of this white dragon! You've done good today.
Has he given me my coin yet?
And he slides over one coin, one gold coin. 1, 2, 3. You can hear and feel the visible smile on Dirakt's face as it takes all of 25 minutes for Harbin to individually count out these 40 coins. There's all 40 coins. A couple of them still greasy from the pork that he's been eating.
Well, I believe the total was 45.
We shook on 40.
It was 45 for the hat, 40 for the wand.
That's not what I agreed to. Leaves the pile of 40 gold in front of you. You keep trying to loop these into individual items.
Tormund's fucking gonna cut his loss. He's gonna scoop the 40 gold, and he's gonna take a fucking piece of the meat that's sitting on the table as a fucking bonus. He's gonna get his 5 gold out of that chunk of fucking food. And he's not gonna give him a chance to respond. He's literally gonna scoop his gold, take the food stuff in his mouth, and go, "Pleasure doing business with you. Thank you. I will spread the word and look for more white dragon nonsense. Thank you. You need me be in the." He's gonna swallow that big chunk of meat that he just stuck in his gullet. Ugh. We'll be in the Stonehill Inn if you need us.
I will be here shut in until that dragon is dealt with. You know where to find me.
Next time, smoke the pork with applewood. It'll give it a sweeter flavor. He's get up and scoot off.
His head just turns to the side, like third chin dropped. Dirakt just shakes his head, turns and walks out and shuts the door. Tormund, you're the only man I know that can go in and negotiate himself less than what is owed to him on the deed of bill of sale.
He wasn't going to pay us anyways. You told me that going into it. And I tried to, get
No, I
a bundling
told
deal
you he
out of
would
him.
try to get you in the details. He tried to give you 50 at first, and then you accepted 45. Remember, read your contracts. Must be thorough. At least you did get your 5 gold pieces of pork. Wine, was it worth it?
No.
No?
I thought I was doing better than that.
Well, let's get on up to that board again and see if you can do better this time.
All right, board it is. Let's go.
Let's see here. What is left? What is left? Looks like one of the quests has been taken since yesterday. Looks like we have some competition in town.
Is there another note beneath it?
There is. Dwarf prospectors found ancient dwarven ruins in mountains southwest of here. Have been working in archaeological digs seeking treasure and relics. They need to be warned of the white dragon that has been moved into the area. Take the warning to them and return to Harbin to collect 50 gold pieces.
Harbin wanted us to warn people anyways. Well, let's go do it and get paid. Where's that map you had?
To the southwest. We went to the southeast to visit Nomengard. We will now head to the west. Back past the fields that you brushed yourself off of.
I remember that most vividly at this point. I'm sure the stink of the wheat that I used to bottle brush my ass is still hanging in the air.
Hopefully it will rain soon and cure everyone of that ailment. Well, this seems simple enough. But Tormund, anything that is worth paying for is never that simple. We need to keep our eyes out on the path. Obviously, a lesser amount just to run an errand would seem correct in their mind. This is 50 gold pieces just to relay a message. Be suspicious, Tormund. Always be suspicious.
With somebody else already possibly on it, even more. Trying to look at act smart.
Oh boy, you have so much to learn. Now, the question, this is an excavation project. What have you brought with you? Do you have any rope, Tormund?
Tormund's gonna try and unencumber himself with the 2 packs he has so he can get into his pack and dig around. Lays Direct's pack down towards Dirakt and starts to dig into his, looking to try and figure out what exactly he might have in there.
Do you have an adventurer's pack?
Yes, I do.
In that adventurer's pack, you get some rope.
Yeah, I'm just playing it out.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. I'm gonna, while you pilfer and roleplay through your bag, I'm gonna blow my nose.
There you go. He sets Dirakt's pack down. He gets into his own pack and kind of fumbles through. He finds a finds a day's rations. He finds a tinder box. He finds a mess kit, and cups and forks spill out onto the ground and get dirty. And he's just trying to make it look like he's not completely fucking up this little excursion into his own backpack. And he finds a second set of undergarment clothes, and he finally finds the rope. And he holds it up. I found it. See, I do have rope. Holds it up towards Dirakt.
I'm proud of you that you actually remembered your adventurer's pack on the way out the door. That is a feat in itself. Good. Come hither then. We'll be able to use that in case we need to descend. Where there's dwarves, remember, there is digging.
I thought you were gonna go someplace different with that, but all right, cool, got it. He's gonna shove the rope back into his pack and pull off the shit that has been sitting on the ground around it, just kind of messily packing it in like a fucking high school student trying to put his biology book and his math book in at the same time. Finally gets it tied back up and throws his pack on his shoulder and looks at the pack between him and Dirakt and looks over at Dirakt and just doesn't even wait for any sort of response from him. Just gets it and puts it on his other shoulder.
You're learning well. All right. Let us make haste. The longer it takes, the less this quest is worth to us, Tormund.
We got to get there fast because somebody else might be on the road too. So skip going and get some ale this time and head southeast. Was it southeast?
Southwest. We just came from the southeast.
Head southwest. That's right. That's what I meant.
Says it's almost 15 miles southwest of Vandalin here. Headed towards the cannon. It takes us the better part of a day to make our 15 miles southwest. As we approach, heading into nightfall, we can see a canyon with rocky walls that rise up almost 80 feet. At the end of the canyon is a 20-foot high wall of black stone that has a broken gate carved into it, with one stone door hanging precariously by a hinge, the other door missing. Beyond this open gate, in the shadow of a great mountain to the east, lies a ruined settlement, and all is very, very quiet.
Hey, Dirakt, wasn't there supposed to be a lot of dwarves here?
Said, let me pull that note back out again. It says dwarf prospectors. We don't know how many. But it is the dead of night. There's generally not a whole lot of mining going on after dusk. Oh, but Tormund, am I talking to myself? What?
I still have you.
Yep.
I lost you. I heard something about dusk, and you were all choppy.
Yep. Said generally not a lot of mining after dusk.
Oh, okay. Tormund is going to look around to see if there's anything suspicious. Possibly blood on the ground, something that looks out of place. So perception check.
You're looking more along the lines of an investigation check.
Investigation? All right. That's going to be a 16.
16, you look for blood, you look for any kind of struggle? It doesn't appear to be that way. But this set of ruins does appear to be quite old. And as we can come up, you can see there's a makeshift camp that's here. It looks like it's been relatively used recently. There's still some coals that are simmering below like a Dutch oven, and on top of it looks like there's some actual food being prepared, and some tin's bedrolls, papers. So somebody's definitely here.
He's gonna point it out to Dirakt. What kind of hurry do you think they were in if they left food on the fire?
You're making the assumption that they're not here. They're archaeologists. They could be inside the ruins right now.
I mean, it's getting time for dinner. I mean, why would they be working still? I mean, it looks like somebody scared them out of this place a little bit.
You're making assumptions because you are fed at 5 o'clock every day and become fat in your home, while the rest of the world has to work. And there is no dinner bell for them, Tormund.
All right, fine. But when we find ourselves locked into some gridlock battle with some baddies, I'm gonna look at you. I'm gonna tell you right now, I told you so.
You don't see shit, Tormund. Find me more evidence, and I will trust your opinion.
Tormund's gonna go over to where there was whatever food sitting on the fire, and look in that pot and give it a little taste to see what's in there.
The pot lid's actually on there.
Pot lid's on there?
Yeah, Dutch oven pot lid's on there with some coals on top.
Okay.
You want to give you a little perception check, see what's cooking in there?
Yeah, I'm totally gonna give a perception check and see what's cooking. I mean, Tormund follows his nose. That's his bit. It's a 19.
19. It's the smell of beef and puff pastry.
Oh, good God.
And just a tinge of liver possibly mixed in there, and onions. Oh yes, definitely onions.
Earthy and delicious.
Yeah, they're definitely making a giant meat pie.
Oh, Dirakt, smell this. Smell that. Oh, tell me that's not one of the best meat pies you've smelled.
Oh, it's just what are you doing over there? Checking out our meat pie. Well, who do we have here?
I asked you the same question. Who do we have here? Who are you?
As you see two rather muscular-sized dwarves appear, lantern in tow, out of the front of those ruins. The one speaking to you currently, younger, reddish hair in nature, some freckles, well-tied beard together, sleeves rolled up, suspenders popped out. My name is Dolson, and this here is Norbus. We've been working on the dig here. Just about to get ready for a little bit of supper.
Well,
unless it looks like someone's gonna come in here and try to steal it from us.
Hey, Dalton, I was just admiring the chef. It was absolutely amazing.
Oh,
I'm
I
actually
bet you
here.
were, weren't you? Ah, I make the finest meat pies. Anywhere in the Forgotten Realms. Anybody can tell you that.
We may have to talk about recipes because I got a good one myself, but that's not why we're here.
Oh, that's just why are you here?
I'm on a errand from Town Master Harbin Wester to let you know that there's a white dragon in the area.
Oh, that fat, lazy blob sends a message all the way, does he? So concerned about his white dragonborn. Excuse me, his white dragon. My apologies. Just rolls right off the tongue. Aye, we know about the white dragon like we wouldn't know. What kind of dwarfs does he make us out to be? Has he seen it? Does he know where it is? Does he bring any important information?
Honestly, I'm not paid to know. At this point, job listing said, make sure you know that there's a white in the area and that, you know what? You want to take shelter? That's fine. You want to talk about meat pie recipes? It's good. But as far as I'm concerned, I filled the script of this job posting.
It's all right.
You guys have been warned.
Just what is your name again, Dragonborn?
I'm Tormund Faust, and this is Dirakt.
Nice to meet you, Darslin. Norbus. We would love to join you for some of that meat pie. I think we got room for two. Come sit down. I have some business to discuss as well.
Tormund's gonna huff this chunky little ass over to the fire where the pot is and sit down and get comfortable. So, what kind of business do you have to discuss, Dalton?
Before we get into the business that I have in those ruins, he opens up the top as he takes one of his mace handles and opens that meat pie up, and you can see that gorgeous golden puff pastry on top. Have you ever seen a crust that looks like that? Have you now? You ever seen that in the Forgotten Realms? I don't think so. Long before I was ever stirred around in camps in here, I'd be making those in the back of the inn. 14 years. I've mastered the art of meat pies.
Well, which end were you working at?
One long close now. A timid lizard was its name. It was a rough roadhouse, as you could imagine, like a name like the timid lizard would bring.
Sounds like a fun place, but I will honestly tell you, I have never seen in the Forgotten Realms puff pastry like that on the top of anything. So, how do you brown it without burning the top? Is my question.
Oh, son, it's all in the egg wash. It's all in the egg wash on top. You can't get that glistening gold color, and you're gonna have to roll that dough yourself. Salt it right. Use the most golden oaks you can find.
You ever try whipping a little lard in there, or are you just using straight butter?
He goes, use your nose. Get a little whiff there.
All right, I'm gonna use my nose. What do I smell? What am I using? Investigation? 11.
It's not hard. That whiff of bacon. You use your morning bacon drippings. Waste not, want not.
Oh, that's absolute genius. That's damn right industrial. Ah. I haven't even tried it yet, and I will thank you for inviting us to your dinner table.
You're welcome. You're welcome. As he scores up 4 big heapings of this meat pie. Oh. By the way, fuck us for having to roleplay food. It's even worse than us playing Destiny and talking about food now. Fucking minced meat pies that I can't have.
I can smell the pastry crust on it. I can taste the savory sauce on the meat. Oh my god!
A brown gravy,
vegetables in
out
there.
the side.
Yeah.
You see, you don't quite use too much liver, and you don't skip it either. You just the right balance in between. And the onion, you got to use a lot of fresh onion. And caramelize those bad boys. Mince them up nice. Oh, you can't have a meat pie without your onions.
This is absolutely exquisite. I would normally suggest garlic in addition to the onions, but this needs nothing. This is the best in 2 planes that I've tasted. This is something that I need to take home with me.
Right. You won't forget that anytime soon. Norbus kind of leans over after he chokes down a large section of his. Well, I think it's best that we talk a little business now. It's not all minced meat pies over here. We got a little problem inside them ruins. Dragonborns. You see, this temple here, this long-lost artifact, is dwarven in nature. But it ain't the good kind. The dwarves in there worshipped Arbithor, the dwarven god of greed. Arbithor is a vengeful god. One that demands sacrifices of blood and gemstones, eventually enslaving his worshippers, making them harvest until they can harvest no more from the mountain. We've been here excavating, trying to find some of those gemstones from a lost era. But we've encountered a little bit of a problem. You see, there's some jellies, if you know what I mean. Wait. Jellies, is it large in cube form? Tormund, do you remember what I've told you looking at the bestiary? Do you know the difference between jam and jelly?
I know what Dad told me. I know that he told me you can't jelly it up her ass.
I should have known better. Was it a cube, damn it? Was it a cube? No, they're not cubes. They ooze up from the ground. We think this is what may be left of the ancestors of this temple. Arbithor turned them into jellies to live out the rest of their lives, consuming rats and moles and whatever could roll into that temple. We can't continue excavating if we don't get rid of these jellies. Is that something you Dragonborn could help us with? You seem to be well-equipped adventurers.
I'm sure for a price and the exact recipe on this meat pie, there's things we could do about that.
I'll give you the recipe for the meat pie. However, I know there are plenty of gemstones where those jellies are at. You can take the gemstones there. We just need to get past them so we can get into the main vein. Whenever the gemstones are there, that'll be yours, Dragonborns.
Hold on, it's playing catch up right now.
I said, you got some earwax in there. Whatever the gems that you find, where those jellies are yours.
Done. Sold. Dead jellies, gemstones are ours. I'm taking the meat pie recipe.
All right, you see here, she begins to jot down the recipe to you as I see that this is going to be a total different side quest of you collecting different recipes. Go ahead, from this meat pie, give yourself a boon of +2 temporary HP.
Woo!
Well, jellies, you say? Tormund, this will be a good experience for you. While they seem slow and unnecessarily simple, things can get quite hairy if you don't take care of these jellies and dispense of them quick. This I know to be true. We should try to dispense of them at once.
Like all the jellies at one time?
Yes. Yes, we should.
Tormund's gonna start looking through his pack, see if there's anything in there. No. I got rope. We can set a trap.
You can't trap a jelly with rope. Remember, I was going to... That's right, Dragonborn. They're gonna ooze up from the tiles. You're gonna think that everything is fine. And then all of a sudden, the entire area is consumed by these jellies.
Giles, in any way to bait out a jelly, or they just show up randomly?
You start rattling around in their area, they're gonna show up. They're coming for the dinner bell.
Anything in particular they like other than flesh?
Remember, what did I show you in your bestiary? Can you remember anything, Tormund? Roll your history check.
I knew that was coming. 15.
15. You can recall one part is whatever you do, don't use slashing damage on the jelly.
I think I remember not not slashing a jelly. Yeah, you don't want to slash them.
That's right. Because if you slash them, you're gonna get 2 jellies instead of 1. Last thing we need is to get surrounded by slime and overtaken
Tormund's gonna look at his axe and his two-hand axes and go, well, shit, anybody got a hammer I can borrow?
I'd have got one for you. As Dalton goes back to his tent and produces a fine dwarven warhammer with a large fat end on it and a huge set of hammer claws that wrap around the back, runes that go down to a well leather wrapped handle. Let's see if this will suit ya.
Tormund's gonna grab it, grip it, and swing it around the top of his head. Yeah, that feels real good.
Now,
You know, slashing damage with anything, I could pound him.
remember, I don't want you to break that thing. We'll need that. It's part of our excavation gear. Make sure it comes back in one piece.
Got it. Don't break the warhammer. Can I ask one question?
Aye.
How pissed if I break the warhammer?
Very, very pissed.
Got it. I will, in the honor of my family name, try and not break this warhammer.
Aye.
Sorry, it's very funny to me. Is this just a straight up warhammer?
Yeah, straight up warhammer. You get a versatile. If you use both hands, it goes to a D10.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
Added.
Yeah, just add a regular warhammer in.
Got it.
Beautiful.
Just nothing. I want more in my life than a pissed off dwarf. The broken warhammer.
Don't break my hammer.
All right. Thank you. Now, Dirakt. Oh, wait, hold on. Anything else we need to know before we go in?
You'll want to watch your step in there. Remember, they're ruins. And we haven't excavated the whole thing yet. There's tons of chambers left. Undiscovered.
What's the best path to the chamber where you saw the jellies last?
The chambers, the jellies are in the central chambers of the temple. Easy to find. There's tons of columns in there. Just watch your step. Remember, there could be traps anywhere in here. Aye. We'll need to keep our heads on a swivel. No doubt. Well, the one thing about this job, Tormund, it doesn't matter whether it's day or night. It's still gonna be fucking dark in there.
He already had it prepared when he got it in his pack. He's gonna reach out and pull out his torch, light it on the fire, hold it up. Is good enough for you?
Smile comes across his face. That it is.
Figure.
Direkt sticks
Going
his
to a
torch in
goddamn
as
cave.
well. Let's
Gonna
just
need
hope
some
that
light.
your belly isn't too damn full now to work. All right, dwarves, we will come back with your jellies vanquished.
And your hammer. I'll bring back your hammer. One piece. Promise. Maybe.
Sleep tight. All right. We're going to take a small break right there.
Okay. Good. Because I'm about to pop.
You go it.
I'll be
You took the first leave. Hey, Jester. What's up, Sin? Empty room. How y'all doing? Bum 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 da. Bum bum bum. I'm doing awesome, man. Just enjoying a little one-on-one D&D with my boy. Oh, another card coming in. Let's go. Good to see that the dice is still being a huge asshole, as it was yesterday. How's it going, dead man? Yeah, the dice is being a real stinker, man. Man, I can't wait. Hopefully next week I'll not be clearing my throat like every 10 minutes. Ugh. Brutal when you're a storyteller, man. Oh, I appreciate that, Jester. Shadowwalkers is so much fun. So much fun. And so this story completely ties into Friday's game. This is essentially like getting to have a prequel. So we're role playing out the story of Radio's character in that campaign. This is one of his kids.
Everybody made fun of Hister for his 14 kids, and we found out it was 18 kids, and we found out he only had 4.
Who would have thought? We come from that pretty much that time this time last year, and here we are with a spin-off campaign.
Yep, it's amazing. You write the stories, they will come.
Yeah, I assume it's probably just your internet struggle busting in it, Radio.
No, I think it's a Discord something issue because I haven't dropped any frames and everything is showing 10 by 10. I literally ran a speed test in the background.
Really? Strange.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, twice it's turned to shit on me and I don't know why.
All right.
I'll go run. Back. I will talk with chat. Get you what you need. If you're gonna be good at something, make it war and making babies. Walking's good. Fighting's better. Fucking's best. That was the inspiration line from Tormund. Uh-oh. See what happens with that roll. Woo! Damn. That DC said hi. Coin toss. Thank you guys for hanging out with us on this Thursday. It's always fun when breaking in a new day for science. Interesting. Getting some makeups with stream too. Yeah, that's weird. It's real strong. Don't know what it is. Whatever. We'll make it through. Sometimes the internet's just against you. It's Y2 2020. Never mind. Everybody remember to turn your computer off before the new year. It's the roaring 20s, 100%. You're not wrong. Think about it. You read stories about the roaring 20s, and now you're living in them. Yes, Rob. Good. Thank you for asking. Everything is awesome as we get ready to fire off with everything in the new year. Just checking what's going on back at the radio station land with Coachella being announced, the beginning of our spring festivals. Sorry, I'm just going through emails since it's all happening at the same time. What was your prom theme junior year? Oh, of course I've seen the new Star Wars. Now, this is where Captain and I differ on opinions. He hated it. I loved it. Need answers to the ending? Tristan, so I don't destroy everyone who hasn't seen it already. You can DM me. We can converse offline. And I will try and explain everything to you. That's easy, Whisper. She created that. As the journey of each Jedi is to create their own lightsaber. That's where it came from. Come on, dude. That literally harkens back to like Knights of the Old Republic. Oh, I'm not spoiling anything. Hey, if you've seen episodes 4, 5, and 6, you've seen the best. I've told my wife, when our kids are old enough to watch Star Wars, I will begin at episode 3, because that's where good parenting starts. Or excuse me, not 3, 4. 4, 5, and 6 are where it begins. Yeah, 4, 5, and 6 are what made the universe that we all love today. So why wouldn't you start there? And honestly, 1, 2, and 3 may never see their realm until high school. You're gonna go pew all around your house. There's nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that at all.
Diffuse, I see you're baiting gifts out there.
I'm not looking at them.
Oh, he's posting Arsenal soccer gifts.
Oh, Jesus, God, no. No, we don't have that kind of time for that conversation right now.
We don't. All right.
Oh. Ooh. All right.
I prepped.
Look at you. That's not on my screen though. That's just on yours, right?
No, you will not see this in Roll20.
Okay.
You have to look at the stream to see it. Actually, you know what I can do? I forgot. I can do this for you. You don't have to look at the stream. Bam.
I've got it all.
There's your handout, buddy. Just send
I love
your
handouts.
Discord. In your Discord.
Handouts. Boom. Awesome. Got it. Cool. Ready to go.
All right. So we're at the very far left in the canyon. Those two long black objects right there, that's that front doorway that was described.
One with the broken hinge.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Tormund's gonna carefully creep towards the door, leading with his torch to try and give himself as much light in front of him as he can.
As you walk forward, you can see the cannon floor is strewn with rubble, just little breath of vegetation except for a few tough, scraggly weeds.
Pressing onto the door, and as he approaches this broken door, pushing in with his torch first and looking around the room just to kind of gauge the lay of the land, looking around, seeing if there might be something ready to fall on him, looking down to make sure there's not jellies coming out of the ground already.
Go ahead and give me a investigation for traps.
It's a 9.
Looks all right to Tormund.
All right. Looking all right. No traps. He's gonna press on in the doorway.
The good news, Tormund, as these dwarves have said and passed through these very gates in front of us, if this door were to be trapped, we more likely would have seen it. Press on.
Never know. I mean, I'm just being careful.
You're
Last
doing
thing
your
I
due
want is for you to.
diligence.
I don't want you to end up dead.
I don't want to have to heal your ass either.
Tormund looks at his arms where some of the phoenix ashes burned and healed him from the last time, and he remembers that feeling of getting his ass whooped on by that mimic.
That shit moment.
Continues his push very carefully into the chamber. And to say, are those rooms, each one of those lined out areas in there?
They're partially raised walls from where there were rooms at one point in time.
Okay. So as Tormund is advancing slowly, still kind of creeping along with the torch in front of him, just kind of like he's going to go to that first room to the left and poke his torch into the door and look around and pull it back, and he's going to continue walking along. And then where that wall, well, go ahead.
You can see that these are what rubble is left of this once buried settlement. You can see the outlines of these stone buildings visible, collapsed walls, an old stone well on the far side of the ruins that's completely filled with rubble. It looks like this area has been completely ransacked. Just as you're searching and poking and prodding, you found a handful of crushed dwarf bones and signs of a campfire that was lit more recently, obviously coming from the two dwarves that you've encountered.
Hey, Dirakt, why do you think they had a fire inside and those other guys are outside?
Easier to light your torches. One step closer. If you're having to run all the way outside every time, it's gonna end up in a long excavation.
All right, I'll take that. Feeling very confident in himself. James Bond is going to push on a little further as he passes the well and everything and moves his way into the next chamber past those. I imagine that's a doorway, those two big, thick black lines.
We're about to get there.
Let's go.
Do tell me how you did it, David Copperfield. God, you got to be old to have watched one of those magic specials on fucking network TV.
So as Tormund's getting the lay of the land and he sees the fire, he's progressing, and every doorway, every downed wall, he's sticking his torch in and moving it around and looking as he's pressing in further and further. Just kind of a small space between him and Dirakt, just so that, you know, he can take the lead. Moving on to the next area, he comes to the doorway and looks back at Dirakt, pulls his torch in and goes, I think we need to go this way.
Oh, the very astute boy. You can see a partially collapsed 10-foot high wall that separates this courtyard from the settlement to the west of it. 3 heaps of rubble are piled high in this area. Hewn from the canyon's black wall is a 30-foot high temple facade that features steps rising to a stone platform. Cut into that facade is a 10-foot high open doorway flanked by crumbling life-size statues of cloaked dwarves with evil grins that can be seen on their weather-worn faces.
Pretty sure straight on through is this central chamber, if I'm looking at this right.
Aye.
And that's where we're gonna find him. That's where we're gonna find these guys.
Do. Let's lead on.
All right. Tormund's actually gonna grab his warhammer, his newly acquired warhammer, in his offhand, so that he can hold the torch with his good right hand. We'll press on past the rubble, continuing just to kind of move it around, move his torch from side to side, trying to catch every glimpse of every angle he can so that nothing ambushes him. He's going to push on through past those 2 giant statues down the narrow corridor.
As you walk into that narrow corridor, doors strewn open, you can see there are large spikes that have been hammered into the floor to hold open 2 sets of double doors. The floor is just covered with a strong dust. And just each piece is like rolling your ankle as you walk through. Everything in here is considered difficult terrain.
Tormund gets into that first bit of terrain. There's no easy footing to be found. He's gonna look back at Dirakt. How do you find if we what do we do with this? Is there a way we can clear this?
We're not clearing that anytime soon. Look to your side. You see there, Tormund. You can see that was a secret chamber at one point in time, but now it's full of rubble.
Now, we're not going in a secret chamber, but moving around in here is going to be real hard if we get into a fight.
Well, be prepared for it, boy.
As he moves his torch around, he's gonna wiggle his warhammer with his offhand, show him that he's ready, just in case the shit goes down. He's ready with hammer in hand. And he's, I guess, at this point, going to press on further through the rubble towards the center chamber.
As you press with your torch out, you can see numerous other openings and chambers inside this main sanctum of sanctums. As you slide past the door, you can see large stone pillars holding up the ceiling. A large blood-stained limestone altar stands at the far end of the room. This is without a doubt the area that they were describing where the jellies resided.
So before we completely cross into the room, Tormund's gonna look down and see if there's anything he can pick up on the ground and throw into the center of the room. He's going to try and bait, much like they did earlier with the mimic, remembering that tactic of having those stinky mushrooms, just looking for a rock or anything that he can find on the ground.
Oh shit. We actually can't see the cards because of the because of the map. I'll have to remember that next time. We'll have to slide it right there. Now the cards will go on top of it. All right. Go ahead and just give me, well, it's just a dexterity throw. You can pick up any of those rocks as you chuck it into the middle of the room. Clack, 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 clack. As it stops. And you sit and you listen. There's nothing but eerie silence. Wait. Hear a drip. And another drip. And then how far can you see ahead of yourself?
I don't believe I have dark vision, so I mean I've got whatever I can see lit by the flame in front of me.
All right. So you hear this as something sloshes and drops to the ground near 40, 50 feet in front of you.
Hearing that, I'm going to throw my torch in that direction. Direkt still got his torch, and he's behind me.
Yep.
So anything I throw in front of me, and my mind is going to give me the ability to see what's that 30, 40 feet away. What do you want me to roll? I'm throwing my torch at that sound.
All right. Go ahead and roll initiative.
Wow! Let's go! That is going to be a 17 for young Mr. Tormund.
All right.
Ooh, look at this.
Get our sweet tokens back out. There's Tormund. All right. We're going to place us just right up in this doorway right here. All right. You got yourself a 17, you said?
Yes, sir.
All right. Oh, God. I got a 4.
Oh, God.
$17. And here comes Jelly. Oh, but
A 2.
It's got a 1 because it's got a negative
Yes! 2. Nice.
Yeah, they're
Fuck you, Jelly.
they're not the stealthiest of things. Bam. All right. It is yo turn.
Well, shit. So knowing there's a jelly there, how far am I away? I guess, God, can I move as a bonus action and then strike, or do I have to move as an action?
Remember, you are in difficult terrain.
Oh shit, so literally my movement is halved. Oh, what would normally be 30 feet is now going to be 15. God damn, this difficult terrain bullshit. I hate it. I mean, so throwing my my torch, does that count for anything? Or did I just pitch my torch to see what's in the room? Because what I was trying to do is I was trying to hit him and see if I can burn him a little.
If you're trying to hit him, then re-roll that as an attack.
All right.
Do it with disadvantage because you can't see it that well.
Right. Do it in the dark. All right. Disadvantage. I guess there's no plus hit DC on a fucking torch. That is going to be an 11.
With disadvantage?
Yeah. It was a nat 20 and 11, so fuck you.
Was it a nat 20? Oh.
It was a nat 20 and 11.
You're going to get it just close, but you're not going to be able to find purchase on it.
All right.
All right.
No, I mean, my only action at this point is to move 15 feet into that room. Since it's going to take half my movement, I'm going to get 30 feet, so... Do I have control of my token? Nope.
Working on that.
No worries.
There we go. Now.
You give the old refresh. Load. There we go.
Now you do.
Butch and Camaro. All right, so 15 feet from where I am. That puts me there. So cautiously moving through what is this difficult terrain, Tormund is walking his way through. Just crumbling, stepping through rocks, moving as stealthily as he can while still trying to make as much progress as he can. Moves his 15 feet towards his torch that's burning right now on the ground, and this globby blobby thing that's sitting on the floor by that rock he just threw.
As you make your final steps in towards that room, you look down and you can see movement underneath you as another jelly begins to seep up through the ground that you're standing on. And begins to materialize near you. All right. Dirakt is going to slide in back behind you, and he's going to send out 2 different Eldritch blasts. One at your feet where the slime begins to form, one at the fully formed. That's a +6, that's a 13. The one will hit on the far slime. 3 on the second. I'm too timid in trying to place that second Eldritch Blast where you're at. Then I miss it. First one's gonna come in. I get to roll a 1d10. 9 points of damage as I slam into that slime with the energy of my Phoenix Guardian. As you can see, it just explodes with that force damage. See bits and pieces of that slime stuck to the pillars around next to it. Remember, Tormund, be careful about them splitting. All right. The jelly that's next to you fully forms up. It's going to try to ooze back up to your legs. That is a 16.
Gonna miss.
Next slime.
It's disgusting.
Makes its way up to you. That's a 22.
That's gonna get it done.
It takes 9 points of bludgeoning damage as it slams and wraps around you. As that slime hits your body, it does an additional 3 points of acid damage.
Ooh,
as it begins to
hurt.
burn your skin.
Motherfucker!
It is your turn, Tormund.
Well, he is fucking pissed. Having had this jelly attack him, getting burned by it, he's gonna go into a fit of rage. He sits there and you think he'd be the Hulk. Is this pudgy form? You see once again the muscles begin to define out of the girth of his arms and his chest, all the way down through his stomach and his legs as he goes into a rage. The jelly that's in front of him that just attacked him is going to take the brunt of his anger, and he's going to swing with this warhammer that he has just recently acquired.
All right, roll that beautiful beam footage.
There's going to be a 16 because he's going to do it with 2 hands.
16 will hit.
He gonna fucks on some jelly right now.
Do it.
That is going to be 10 points bludgeoning damage.
All right. You slam your warhammer down, smashing into it, leaving that imprint of that hammer as it spits a little bit everywhere. But that jelly just oozes its way back together again.
Oh.
Anything else for your turn?
Well, I mean, after smashing it with his hammer and watching,
it does. By the way, it does damage to it. Each time it's coming back a little bit smaller.
he's gonna look as this jelly reforms, but smaller in front of him. Dirakt, you got a way to kill these things quicker, I'd be open to it. That'll end his turn.
Just don't make any more of them, boy. All right. Blast it. Can't use my witch bolt against these slimes. I'll make more of them. Remember that, Tormund. Don't use lightning either. Whatever you do, don't use lightning.
Can I burn them?
Yes, burn the ever living shit out of them.
Good to know.
I'm gonna stand where I'm at, trying to Iron Man my way around you. First one's a 16, next one's an 18. That'll hit. There's my 10. Oh, damn it. Two on the one that's been hit the most, the one that's directly to your right. And then, hey, then a 9. So we've done 21 points of damage to one, 9 to the other. That's gonna be the end of my turn. All right, them jellies are gonna get them a piece.
Of course they are.
First one is a 16 to hit.
Nope.
Next one is a 24. It's gonna
That'll get it done. 100%.
It's gonna do another 9 points of bludgeoning damage.
All right.
With 1 point of acid damage. God, I'm glad you're raging, because I'd have to drop down a big heal already.
Yes, you would. All right, that's jelly 1. What about jelly 2?
No, that's both of them. They only attack once each.
Okay, thank you, Bahamut. My turn? Or are we getting more jellies?
No, it is your turn.
All right. Having once again suffered a whooping on from these jellies in front of me, the one that Tormund has beat up on the most, the one he took the strike at the last time, he's still just rage bound and ready to just fucking destroy. So he is going to swing at that one again with his warhammer. And that will be 17 to hit.
17 hits, man. Jellies aren't hard to hit.
Thank God. That will be 9 points bludgeoning damage.
Oh, man. Item levels. Those would be so helpful right now, low in the campaign, too. Oh, shit.
You have voice on?
Oh, that's weird. I don't know why it went to that when I hit effects, but it did.
All of a sudden, you were talking to me like Sansuri. I was having PTSD.
Yeah. How much damage did you do?
Oh shit! I just moved my dice. Crap. Was it 9? 9 or 8? It was 8 or 9.
We'll go with 9. All right, as you smash into that jelly, this time exploding it on either side, getting into a much smaller pile. Looks like it may be one more smash away.
Fucking jellies!
Fucking Tormund smash. When it comes around to my turn, I am going to, as I can see that, and smell your scales smoldering. I'm gonna expend 2 of my charges and send out those ash phoenixes. I'm gonna expend 3 charges. That's 6, 10. as they fly over your way and begin to cauterize your wounds as those ash phoenixes bind your body. I'm gonna do that with my bonus action and then drop. Send two of my beams back down again. 16, that'll hit.
What was my total healing on those ash phoenixes?
10 total points of healing.
Grazie.
7, 13, that'll just hit. Come on, baby. 6 points on the first one, 9 on the second again. Let's go. We've done 36 points of damage on the top one, 18 on the bottom. All right. First jelly's gonna slide up on you. That's a 20 to hit, dirty 20.
That'll do it.
18, that's a 22, as they both slam into you on either side, doing 18 points of bludgeoning damage.
Got it.
Ooh, you're taking the most damage from fucking jellies.
I know shit.
2 points of acid damage. And then, oh shit, 7 points of acid damage. Ooh.
Got it. That wasn't pretty. Tormund's feeling like shit right now.
All right. Tormund, you're feeling the pressure for the first time in your adventuring life.
A little rattled as he's sitting there taking all that damage. He knows he can feel his life starting to slowly slip from him. He furthers his grasp on his warhammer, shakes slightly, is going to put the death blow on the jelly that he's been working on for a few turns now and try and end it. And that is going to be 16 to hit.
16 will hit.
There we go. That will be 11 points bludgeoning damage as he swings that borrowed warhammer down on the jelly that's been just working his ass since he walked into this room.
DTD.
He's hit this fucking jelly time and time again, and it's reformed as he pulls that hammer back, bleeding, hurting, sore. In a fit of rage, slams it down into the ground, and he hits the ground so hard that you can see the rocks scatter. And as the rocks scatter, you can see bits and fragments of jelly go with it and just vaporize in midair. As he pulls his hammer back, there's nothing but the dent on the ground that he leaves from his hammer.
Well done, boy. You still look like shit, though.
Not well done yet. We still have more jellies to kill. I feel like ass.
I'm gonna run up over to your side and grab onto your shoulder, and I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds. That's oh shit, it's in a pack slot. So whenever I do it, it's fucking at the 3rd level. Let's go. Never got to play a warlock healer before. These things are new.
Never played a barbarian before. It's just rage and smash. I'm used to having some sort of healing that when I get down to this point, I can do it a little bit myself.
Oh, that's good. 7, 5, so 12, 8. That is 23 points of healing, baby.
Oh. Tormund, and once again, strong like bull.
As I grab on your shoulder, irises light up with fire of the phoenix as it just explodes in a small microburst around you. All right. That jelly is going to try to swarm and wrap itself around you. That's a 4. It will not hit as the fire of the phoenix is too strong. It just burns and it singes and evaporates that jelly before it can even touch you. God, that dice is being horrible.
Dice is being Grinch tonight.
It was horrible last night. It's horrible again today. God. Fuck you, Arden Jesus. All right, Tormund, it is your turn.
Tormund, newly healed up and resurrected by the power of the phoenix, he's gonna grab his warhammer with 2 hands, smile as he looks down on this jelly, winds up and takes a swing at it.
Truly discovering the difference between jam and jelly.
100%. That one is going to be an 18 to hit.
18 will hit.
What is my plus on that? It's +3. That one is going to be 9 points bludgeoning damage.
All right. As you smash into it, it looks it's about half the size as it was before. As you splatter it out, I'm gonna run up and Iron Man both fists at the side of this jelly. 13 on the first one, 18 on the second. I'm gonna do 7 points of damage as it's looking on death's door. That jelly's going to, in one last attempt, it's gonna try to propel itself up and actually like face hugger you. Wow. As it comes flying for your head. That's a dirty 20.
Whoa, that's gonna set. He's gonna get me.
It does 9 points of bludgeoning damage with 2 acid as it begins to burn on your face and your neck. Tormund, it is your turn.
So, I mean, I got this thing attached to me at this point, so I've got to spend my action to pull it off of me, don't I?
No, you don't. Like it's lunged itself at you, and you just. It's there to be hit.
Nice. All right. After just having his face attacked, he's gonna spit up and cough. A little blood, mixture of blood and acid, sizzles on the ground in front of him as he looks just fucking fit to be tied, still enraged. He's going to take what is hopefully his last swing at this fucking jelly in front of him with a 16 to hit.
16 will hit.
That is going to be 15 points bludgeoning damage.
DTD.
Ah! Much in the same fashion he did last time, swing back around, wanting to exert maximum force with his warhammer. He takes it above his head and swings it with one hand, and as it crosses, grabs it with 2 and brings it down right in front of him, just smashing the ground, causing a concussive wave that shakes the floor in front of him and absolutely obliterating the jelly.
done, Tormund. Well done.
Thank Bahamut, I've got you, Uncle Dirakt, because for a second there, I thought I was jelly food.
Every man who first attacks the jelly thinks it's going to be a cakewalk. But it's not. It's far from it. Let that be a lesson learned to you, Tormund. Never underestimate your opponents, even if it is a simple jelly.
Ain't nothing simple about those jellies. And I just hope there aren't any more in this room.
Yeah. Let's look and see what we can find in this chamber.
Tormund's gonna put away the warhammer and go back over to where his torch was laying on the ground where that jelly first appeared. Taking it in his hand and not so crazy with his torch now more methodical, swinging it slowly in front of him so that he can see the room, anything that might be around him, walking along, looking at the floor.
Go ahead and roll an investigation check.
It's dirty 20.
Dirty 20. After scouring the room, you find a small stone coffer in the center, buried under some rubble. As you're able to ease the top off of it, you find 15 various colored gemstones, all looking around the 10 gold piece worth a piece.
Oh, Uncle Dirakt, look at this. Look at this. Look at these gemstones.
Not only are they beautiful, but they look expensive.
That'd be good for a meal or two, don't you think?
You'll be able to buy plenty of bacon with that.
Ah, now you're speaking my language. After having that jelly on my face, it made me think of exactly how much I would like to taste bacon again.
Yeah, do you remember? It looks like something of that nature wouldn't be capable of propelling itself to your face. Imagine if you'd split that jelly, both of them, into 4. You could easily be consumed. They go for your face. Cut off your windpipe. It's game over, Tormund.
Thank you, Dirakt. Thank you for all your help.
You're welcome, my boy.
I knew Dad was never going to take me out like this, and I'm glad you're here to help.
Tormund, I've made many mistakes in my life. More than you've even had chance to be capable of. It feels good to do something that matters, that has purpose, and brings honor to your family name. Puts a hand up on your shoulder. You have all the traits of becoming a fine adventurer, but you have much to learn. You will only do this by experience. Sometimes learning the easy way, but a lot of it's going to be done the hard way.
Tormund's going to look down at now his 2 sets of scars he has on him. The new ones and the ones from the last battle, and just reflect on it for a moment. I understand now. I'm not going to say I understand everything, but I get it. And I'm glad I got you with me.
I'm glad I could be here for you. Remember, out here there are consequences, Tormund, for our actions. And sometimes, even with me, I'm not going to be able to make it all better. Remember that.
Okay. Well, should we tell our friends outside that there's no more jellies here?
Depends if you're done exploring. Choice is yours, Tormund.
Tormund's gonna look around. Hold his flame up. Oh, I mean, there is that room over there.
With the top of the map being north,
South.
south. All right. Let's go have a peek, shall we?
If there's anything you taught me so far, let's make sure the job's done completely before we finish.
As we go poking in another undescript area of this temple. You find a dead end that leads to a larger pile of rubble, blocking off a pathway of which we will not know where it went. We can look up on the walls and we can see runes and depictions of great suffering, massive sacrifice, and more of those devilish-like grins. Tormund, do you see this? You see this? This is what happens when man falls desperately in love with his possessions. Greed will drive you mad. And it drove these people mad, and as you can see, drove their civilization literally into the ground.
These are the trappings of Arbithor. I think I understand that.
We fight for a reason. Always be confident. Whether it is coin or whether it is principle, do so for a reason. There is no sense in carving out bloodshed. This Dirakt turns around and begins to walk back down the hallway.
Tormund takes one more look at this mural on the wall, just kind of trying to process and absorb it all, trying to find logic and the trappings of man coming from realistically a warrior's family. There's never been a lot of extra money at the Faust home. He just kind of soaks it up for a second and wonders what it would be like to have that much abundance where they could fall that way. And then in his head, he realizes that it's not about being overly rich. It's just about taking more than he needed. Somewhere in the back of his head, this thing snaps. He thinks of his brother. He thinks of his brother killing his mother. And he's trying to figure out why. Why would his own family betray him like that? What kind of madness is there in greed and in lust and anything that would cause that kind of betrayal? He just gets angry, just continually angry. In disgust, he just hangs his head, slams his fist into the wall once.
Chamber
Takes his torch
rattles.
Takes his torch and falls after Dirakt. There was one more chamber to the north. You want to look in there? Or is this clear?
Why not?
All right.
As we take the chamber to the north. We find 3 stone bed frames against the wall. As we kind of look around, more carvings in here. It seems to be some sort of bed chamber for the priests who did their handiwork here. I don't like how this place feels, woman. As if there's no remorse within these walls for what has happened here. We look a little bit further down the chamber. You can see 2 stone wardrobes that are collapsed. Leaned over, we can just see the rotted remains of 2 sets of red leather armor. Vestments worn by these priests of Abathor, now ruined and worthless.
Tormund's going to see that and look at it. Dirakt. Results of greed. We all turn to ash.
As we press further down into that chamber, we find a half-buried rubble of a skeleton of a dwarf priest wearing that same kind of red leather armor. You can see the bones are cracked and fractured. This dwarf didn't make it out from the collapse. Tormund, you get down to one knee and you can see that skeleton neck hangs a holy symbol of Abathor, a tiny jeweled dagger on a silver chain. Symbols inscribed with dwarvish runes. Dirakt gets down next to you. That loosely translates to greed is good. What a joke.
Tormund is gonna take the necklace in his hand. He's gonna close his eyes. He's going to whisper something he's heard before. Which translates into, by the blessing and light of the Lord, find peace in your afterlife in Bahamut's name.
I want you to roll a persuasion check with advantage.
Nat 20.
Nat 20?
It's actually, it's a -1 on my persuasion, but
No,
it's a nat 20. So nat 20 is nat 20.
Nat 20 is a nat 20.
At least I got fucking one tonight. Jesus Christ, you robbed me on my other one, you son of a bitch.
The silver in the runes just begin to melt in your hand, and you're holding it there, and you can see this as this metal is melting away, but it feels room temperature to the touch. As that metal melts away and slides off your hand, the only thing that's left there is just that tiny jewel. Just one little small ruby. All that's left. Even Dirakt just taken aback by your just raw connection that you just displayed. Have you ever prayed to Bahamut like that before, Tormund?
I've prayed before, but there's a difference between saying the words and hearing the words and actually meaning it. And it's not something that I realized. Mercy, blessings, and prayers, you don't understand until you're at the whim of a God, my God, your God. That there's something necessary in there to believe. And without that belief, its words are shallow. I've heard Dad, I've heard Eve speak to Bahamut many times, and I've recited the words over dinners and things like that, but there's some feeling in this cave that I just feel there was a need for mercy. I don't know the connection, but it felt like that needed to be said.
You have a special touch, my boy. Quite a special touch. As Dirakt gets up from one knee, kind of gives you a pat on your shoulder, begins to walk back out with the torch in hand from that hall of greed.
Tormund's gonna follow suit, still with that single ruby in his hand.
As we make our way back in to the center chamber, we do our last little passing to make sure that we've done our job here. examining just to make sure that there's no more jellies rolling around. I need you to roll a perception check, Tormund.
15.
15. Faintly in the distance, hear a sound. It sounds like a horn. As it begins to echo and get louder, you can hear a solitary set of footsteps running, pushing through. Oh, then we got some trouble out here. I don't know where you are. We got a whole pack of orcs on our tail. And that is where we will end this week's episode.
Woo! Oh my God. Let's fucking go.
Good shit, man.
Oh man. Oh, orcs to the gate. I got chills. Fucking chills. Dude, that's so good.
I would love to have played with the orcs tonight, but I got to be a pallbearer in the morning. I figured this is a good spot to stop.
Yes, this is absolutely awesome. This is great. This is a great place to put it on pause as you go take care of what you need to take care of, and then tomorrow night we come back with where we left off in Game of Saving Throws.
Oh, I'm so excited!
Thank you guys for hanging out with us tonight. Thank you for letting us tell this story and be a part of this adventure. Love having you guys here. Episode after episode, week after week. You make this amazing. Thank you guys.
Episode 2 and the story's already so good. Tormund growth already. Nat 20 on the necklace? Are you kidding me? I love it.
That was fucking cool. I'm glad I'm glad at least I got some fucking stretch out of it. But I mean, you have to understand where he grew up. Even though, you know, Hister was never there, he's still, you know, he's still a paladin. He still has before had a very heavy connection. Remember, there was a break in his belief after Ciara died and he was on the road. So up until that point, he had seen his father be very, very connected to their god. And he never believed it. He never took it. To him, it was just words. It was just what you grew up with. Why are you Catholic? I don't know, because my parents are Catholic. For him, that's kind of what it was. Yeah. His belief in Bahamut had never had foundation until he had it challenged, and he was on death's door, literally one hit away. He was 7 fucking points away from going down for his first time. And there was a reason he was shook, because he was close. He was close to that point of finding the eternal plane. Even though he's never been there, he got a very, very dirty taste of it today.
Got a taste. Love it, man. Great RP, dude. On that note, we will wave goodbye to the VOD. Love you guys. Be good to each other. We'll see you tomorrow night.